Awakening your everyday wisdom, emotional, spiritual, and social health. So in our rapidly changing and increasingly chaotic world, how do we keep from going postal or having some other form of emotional disturbance? How can we keep our spirits vibrant when we have so much to do every day? And do we have strong social circles that provide support as we're going through a lot of changes? These are some of the questions we'll be looking at in this video, and I welcome you to join along. If you've been struggling with too much to do and not enough time in which to do it, this video may be for you. I'll start with a brief introduction of myself. I am a light worker. That's somebody who has a meditation practice of sending light and love to the whole world. I'm also a seeker, somebody who doesn't subscribe to a particular religion, but I do look for divine truth in many creeds and dharmas. My role in this video is that of fellow traveler. I'm not trying to teach or preach or convince. I'm just here to offer some insights that I've learned and share them with you and invite you to join in our movement, so to say, to help this world go through the greatest transformation it's ever been through. Thank you for being here. So why should we focus on health? Light workers, seekers, teachers, ministers, healers, all of us who are concerned about the long-term survival of humanity, and those of us who are on a spiritual mission need to be healthy. This transition's probably going to ramp up in the next 20 or 30 years. So we need to stay in physical form, and we need to be happy and healthy in all areas of life if we're really going to make a contribution to the positive outcome. So if we need to be here, why not be here pain-free? The definitions of health come from Merriam-Webster. The condition of being sound in body, mind, and spirit, especially freedom from disease and pain. The general condition of the body, a condition in which someone or something is thriving or doing well, well-being, and also a general condition or state, such as a healthy economy. Some of the synonyms: fitness, hardiness, robustness, soundness, and wholeness. So the next part of this video will be excerpts from a few assessments, and here's my website address. Just click on free assessments and handouts, and then scroll down to the emotional, spiritual, and social checklist. Okay? Now, I'm not actually going to see any answers to your questions. It's not an online questionnaire. It's just something that you could either print out, or if you want, just to have a piece of paper handy and score yourself. So here's a mini excerpt from the Emotional Health Checklist. So the scoring goes like this. It's a 0 to 3 scale. 0 is a definite no. 1 is sometimes. 2 is often. And 3 is a definite yes. Do you go to sleep happy? Do you wake up happy? Do you experience inner peace most of the time? Are you comfortable sitting by yourself, alone, quiet, with all the distractions turned off, at least for a few minutes every day? And are you optimistic about your personal future? So if you scored 10 or more in this little sampling, yeah, you're probably emotionally healthy. But if you want to take a bigger picture, go do the full assessment if you like. Here are some facts about emotional health that we might want to consider. I'm going to read these. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, anxiety disorders affect 18.1% of the adult population and 25.1% of children aged 13 to 18. This is in the United States. Just stop and think about that. 1 out of every 4 young teenagers are experiencing anxiety disorders. 18% of the adults. That's like 1 out of 5. Math is not my strong point. Okay, about 1 out of 5 in the adult population. So don't think it's something that only those weirdos go through. It's prevalent. Psychology Today posts an article saying that people often mistake depression for sadness. And they think it's just going to go away. And they think, oh, something enjoyable will come along and this sadness will lift. And it's one reason why people don't seek help when they are actually depressed. And there are lots of things that can be done to alleviate depression. It is a mental illness, but it affects our emotions. That's why I have it under the category of emotional health. It also has an impact on thinking and perceptions and behaviors. So it could actually fall into our social health checklist. So depression really does permeate all aspects of life. So another resource, healthline.com, reports that 16.2 million U.S. adults have experienced a major depressive episode in an average year. That's a lot of us going into the dumps. We need to be prepared. And the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that in the U.S., there were more than twice as many suicides in 2016 than homicides. Now, the numbers aren't good, like 44,965 suicides, 19,362 homicides. That's a lot of death. So, my purpose in bringing up all these dark facts is to underscore the importance of emotional health. Remember, as people who are helping our planet go through this major transformation, we need to be healthy, sane, and happy. Let's take a look at spiritual health. Using that same scale, 0 is no, 1 sometimes 2, often 3 yes. Do you feel connected to a power greater than yourself? Do you take time for devotion on a regular basis? Do you trust that things will really work out for the best in the long run? Is your spiritual understanding of today sufficient for your resolution and or relief from the challenges of your life? And are you grateful for what you have? So if you scored 10 or greater, you're probably on a spiritual mission to help us go through this transition, even if you might not fully understand what your mission might be. So welcome. There are lots of us here with you. Now, if you wish your score were higher on any of these points, you can identify the areas that you want to strengthen and create a plan for doing so. Here's another self-inquiry, and I have the reference to this at the end of this video. So these are some questions you might want to journal on. What makes you feel most complete? When do you feel most connected to the rest of the world? Where or how do you find your own inner strength? And what are you thinking or feeling when you feel whole and at your best? So here are a couple of reasons why we need to take care of spiritual health. One, I've already mentioned this, and it's kind of like my theme in life right now, is we're living in precarious times. With major advances in technology, space exploration, medicine, artificial intelligence, transhumanism, there's a whole lot going on, and it's easy to get thrown off base. Our oil dependency is not shrinking, but our reserves are. When we hit that point where demand outstrips supply, we're going to experience major upheavals on our planet. People are going to go crazy. We need to be strong spiritually in order to not only go through it ourselves, but help those around us become rational and work through it. There are significant political divides in the U.S. I certainly don't have to tell you that. But we need to be spiritually strong to weather the storms. And some people feel that evil is taking over the world. Well, that may be so. Maybe not. But if it is so, we certainly need to have our spiritual strength in order to face it. And the sixth reason on my little list here is you are a spiritual being, created in the image of the divine. Your life is valuable. We need each other. The spiritual health of every being who believes in love is critical to our ability to survive and thrive. Let's be joyful. Let's love life. Let's love each other. It's kind of my passion. All right. So now we'll switch over to social health. And here's a little social health checklist. Using that same scale, 0, no, 1, sometimes 2, often 3, yes. Do you have a few close friends? Do you have a strong bond with your parents, siblings, and other family members? Are you glad to work alongside your coworkers? Or do they drive you a bit crazy? And do you care about what happens to people outside of your own immediate circle? Not just people, but animals, plants, the environment, nature. And do you enjoy participating in group discussions and dialogues? Now, these are just a few of the questions on the whole survey, or assessment, self-assessment. But if you did score 10 or more, then you probably are feeling comfortable interacting with other people. But do not be dismayed. If you didn't score well, it's really not such a big deal, because we need people working behind the scenes as well as on the front lines. We need people who can do analytical work and people who can meditate and send light and love to the whole world without necessarily having to talk to our neighbors. So social health is just one way of being able to support other people, but it's not the only way. If you wish your score were higher, there are things you can do to improve your communication skills and your way of interacting with others. So here are some ways that you can improve your social health. 1, get involved with a group, an organization, or a community project. Volunteer, participate, reach out, share. Educate yourself on the gifts and challenges of the people living right around you in your own community. And we've heard this one a lot, but I think we need to take it to heart a little bit more. Think globally, act locally. Heal your family rifts. Please forgive each other. Let go of long-held resentments. They don't do anybody any good, even if you're right and they're wrong. Let it go. Doesn't matter. And then spend time with your friends and family and neighbors. So in summary, what we went over in this video started, of course, with some definitions and some reasons. Why do we need to focus on health? And we sampled a few checklists and did a little mini self-assessment. And I provided a little food for thought and some facts about what's going on in the world. And then I offered a few suggestions for ways to improve your social health. Thank you for participating, for being here, for being who you are. We need you. We all need each other. So it comes down to this. You already have all the wisdom that you need to design a life that you want to live and design the health that you need to support that life. I wish you well on your journey. Thank you. And if you like this video, please click the like button. So what's coming? I'm going to offer a few affirmations, a few messages. So here we go. Some affirmations. I am healthy and strong. My heart and spirit operate in perfect harmony. My social circle is healthy and vibrant, and we support each other. A few messages. You can enjoy your life fully. You are a spark of light. Remember who you are.